Hey guys, so being that it is Mental Health Awareness Month, I wanted to make a video on the last week of the month, a very late video, just to reach out to those who may need it. I know growing up I would have been a person who would have needed it. So, as far as I can remember, I have been suffering from depression and anxiety, like maybe since I was 6. I remember my parents were arguing about something like very minuscule, and at age 6 I was sitting at my desk, like basically writing a suicide letter. I remember it saying how badly I wanted to die, mind you. So that was the first time I remember really feeling the way I felt. So fast forward to 8 years old, 3rd grade. My parents are getting a divorce. Up until 3rd grade, I was in the accelerated classes, in the like AP for, I would do after school programs at age 5 for like learning Chinese. So I was in those very high academic, future Einstein like classes. And so 3rd grade is when my depression really hits to affect me, to where I almost become like, I don't even know how to explain it. I would find any reason at age 8 to not go to school. I'll show up at the front gates of school and like beg and cry, and just I did not want to go to school. I did not want to do anything. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to play video games. I stopped playing with my friends. At school, if I did go to school, I would beg my mom to go to school with me so I wouldn't have to be alone. And mind you, I didn't have issues as a kid making friends, but it was a real issue for me at age 8. I didn't want to be around anyone because I felt like I couldn't be. I just wanted to shut down and like just be in bed at age 8. I just wanted to be in bed. And at that age, I didn't know what it was. So let's fast forward again to whatever age you are in 6th and 7th grade. So 6th, 7th grade is when I hit my emo phase, and yeah, start dressing in all black, my tight jeans, and on top of that, the emo phase also kind of consists of the acceptance of self-harm, and being someone who really did suffer from, who does suffer from a mental illness. I was just so sad, so empty. I needed to feel something. I needed to feel anything other than the pain I was feeling inside. And so 6th, 7th grade, I started to self-harm. A lot of people actually don't know this about me, but I self-harmed. I don't really have any scars from it. I mean, I have really tiny, barely anything, so I'm really fortunate that I didn't push it to the extreme. It was more just a leisurely, like, hey, here's this other type of pain. It wasn't, at that point, it wasn't my end goal to kill myself. I still had my group of friends who understood me. At that point, I don't know if my family knew, because I didn't even know that I was depressed. I saw a psychologist starting in middle school, maybe 7th grade. I remember walking downtown to my psychologist where they wanted to put me on prescription drugs. And even at that point, when I was diagnosed, I didn't really know or believe I was sick. Me knowing and believing I was sick didn't happen until maybe I was like 19, where I was like, okay, this is real. I feel this. This is what I feel. This is my normal. So in high school, I've always been the kind of person to where it's very easy to get along with me, but I'm not the kind of person who will go out of her way to be your friend. I got along with everyone, the jocks, the nerds, the cool kids, the whatever, you know, the cliques in high school. I got along with everyone. I knew everyone, everyone knew me. But at lunchtime, after school, I would rather be alone. At lunch, I'd sit alone. For all 4 years, I would sit alone, eat alone, walk the campus alone. After school, I'd just ride the bus home, be home by myself. Like, my 4 years were just, I really did not have that urge to make happy memories, make happy anything. I didn't go to my prom. I didn't go to any dances except for one dance. I had one really good friend. He took me out to one dance, one winter formal. But besides that, I didn't really do any extracurriculars. I didn't go to any school events, any school functions. It was school, fail classes, barely graduate, no friends. I barely graduated high school. I did not know I was graduating until the day of graduation. My gown was on, my cap was on. I had to check the list right before graduation. So yeah. So this is something I can remember, I guess, dealing with at a very young age. That's as far back as I can remember feeling the way I do. And even growing up, when I did start going to doctors and therapists and psychologists at like age 12, and I was diagnosed, I still didn't know what it meant. I didn't take it as serious as maybe I should have, but I guess that's also to blame because it was also masked behind being too sensitive or not being strong enough. Now as an adult, I know what it is, but it was very hard growing up. Like I said, even being diagnosed and not being able to really wrap your head around it, because it's not something, at least for me when I was growing up, that was like a normal thing to feel, and it's a very normal thing to feel. Millions of people feel like this. Millions of people deal with things like I do, depression and anxiety, and I think I'm pretty easily triggered to have my panic attacks, to have really bad thoughts in my head. But I'm lucky enough to not have to depend on medication. But there are people out there who take these medications and see doctors regularly, and that's okay. If you're one of those people who need that, like, all the power to you. I don't think mental illness is on a spectrum. I feel if you're feeling this way, even if it's a little bit, you do what makes you feel better. You do what you need to do to feel better. And being that it is the month of May, the month of mental health awareness, I just want to reach out to let everyone know, like I said, even if you're feeling an ounce of anything, that there are people you can reach out to, being me or actual professionals and hotlines. So don't be afraid to reach out and get that help. I know without the help that I got as a kid and as an adult, I don't know where I would be. I'm going to leave down in the description all the numbers and links and everything that anyone would need to get any help, be it if you're suffering from mental illness or if you're having suicidal thoughts or sad thoughts or depressive thoughts. I know for me, I have an app called Stigma that I use for my anxiety and my depression, and it's live people around the world who are there for each other. They're not doctors, they're not professionals, they're people like me, like you, who are there for anyone who needs it. So I just want to thank you guys for watching, for listening, for taking the time to help others who might need it. To the people who have helped me in my life, I just want to thank you guys. Yeah, that's it for this week.